I stood there in the heart of what was once a desolate, toxic wasteland, now transformed into a lush, thriving oasis. The air was filled with the scent of earth and life, a stark contrast to the choking fumes that had once dominated this place. I had done this. I, the one they had mocked, ridiculed, and cast aside. I, the urban mycologist, had turned this barren land into a testament of hope and resilience. The journey had been long and arduous, but the transformation was undeniable. The mushrooms I had cultivated, those humble, often overlooked fungi, had worked their magic. They had absorbed the toxins, purified the soil, and given life to a place that had been left for dead. This was my triumph, my vindication. But today was not just about the land. Today was about the people who had doubted me, who had laughed at my dreams and cast me aside. Today was about my family. I had received the invitation to my cousin's wedding with a mix of trepidation and determination. It was the perfect opportunity to show them what I had become, to let them see the fruits of their ridicule. I had transformed a wasteland into a garden, and now I would transform their skepticism into awe. As I walked into the grand ballroom, all eyes turned to me. The whispers started, the murmurs of disbelief and curiosity. I could see the recognition in their eyes. The memory of the scrawny, idealistic kid they had once known. But I was not that kid anymore. I was a force of nature, a testament to the power of belief and perseverance. My aunt, the matriarch of the family, approached me first. Her eyes widened as she took in my appearance, the confidence in my stance, the quiet strength that radiated from me. "You look different," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. I smiled, a slow, confident smile. "Yes, Aunt Martha, I am different. I've changed. I've grown. And I've proven them all wrong." She looked around, her eyes taking in the lush greenery that now adorned the ballroom. The mushrooms that had been carefully cultivated to create a living, breathing art installation. "You did this?" she asked, her voice filled with awe. I nodded. "Yes, I did. This is my work. This is what I do. I take what is broken, what is toxic, and I heal it. I transform it into something beautiful and life-giving." The room fell silent as my words sank in. The family, the same people who had once mocked me, now looked at me with a newfound respect. They saw the power in my words, the truth in my actions. But I was not done. I had one more surprise for them. As the wedding ceremony began, I stood at the back of the room, watching as my cousin exchanged vows with her new husband. And then, as the bride and groom shared their first dance, I made my move. I walked up to the stage, the microphone in hand. The room fell silent as I began to speak. "I want to take a moment to congratulate the happy couple," I said, my voice steady and confident. "But I also want to take a moment to reflect on the power of belief, the strength of perseverance, and the beauty of transformation." I looked out at the sea of faces, the same faces that had once laughed at me, that had once told me I was a fool. "You know, when I was younger, I had a dream to use the power of mushrooms to heal the world, to take what is broken and make it whole again. But you all told me it was impossible. You told me I was foolish, that I was wasting my time and my talent." I paused, letting my words sink in. "But I didn't listen to you. I believed in myself, in my dream, and I pursued it with every fiber of my being. And look at me now. Look at what I've accomplished." I gestured to the lush greenery that surrounded us, the mushrooms that had transformed this once barren land into a thriving ecosystem. "This is my work. This is my passion. And it is a testament to the power of belief, the strength of perseverance, and the beauty of transformation." The room was silent as I finished speaking, the weight of my words hanging heavy in the air. And then, one by one, The family members began to stand, their applause filling the room. They had seen the truth in my words, the power in my actions. They had witnessed the transformation, both of the land and of me. As the applause died down, my aunt approached me, her eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry," she said, her voice choked with emotion. "I'm sorry for doubting you, for mocking your dreams. I see now the power in what you do, the beauty in your work." I smiled, a genuine, heartfelt smile. "It's okay, Aunt Martha. I'll understand. But I hope you see now that sometimes the most beautiful things come from the most unexpected places. And sometimes the most powerful transformations come from the most unlikely sources." And with that, I turned and walked away, leaving behind the whispers of awe and admiration, the echoes of my triumph. I had proven them wrong, had shown them the power of belief and perseverance. And in doing so, I had not only transformed the land, but I had also transformed their hearts. And as I looked out at the thriving ecosystem, the mushrooms that had once been mocked, now standing tall and proud, I knew that I had truly found my calling. I was an urban mycologist, a healer of the land, a transformer of the broken, and I would continue to pursue my dream, to believe in myself, and to show the world the power of my work. For I was no longer the scrawny, idealistic kid they had once known. I was a force of nature, a testament to the power of belief and perseverance, and I would continue to transform the world one mushroom at a time.